hand-touched, and we're going to show you how to turn your old junk into real treasures. Hi, and welcome to the Looney Bin. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, so we wanted to show you how to do some of the crafts that we're doing, Valentine's Day crafts. And we're going to get started right now. Oh, wait a minute, I better introduce you.
Oh, they know who I am. I've been here for
Kathy, go ahead and do what you say you're going to do.
Oh, we've never had a cooking portion on this show.
No, we haven't.
And cooking.
And I ain't going to have it if it's up to me.
Cooking means eating. That's right.
I'd rather do that all day long.
I'm going to take you through the kitchens here, and we're going to make some Valentine candy.
Right. And we get to eat it. And Sharon, what are you going to be doing?
And I'm going to be making a hand warmer for these days when it's cold, and it's a heart-shaped hand warmer, and you just pop it in the microwave, heat it up, and it can go anywhere you want to go.
Put it in your pocket.
Put it in your
Stick your
pocket.
hands in your pocket and your hands warm. And I'm going to make a charger plate wall decoration that could also be used as a candy dish. And that's what we're going to be making in just a few minutes. So we're going to get set up now. Bye.
I have placed some chocolate chips into a little microwave safe bowl, and I've heated it already for about 1.5 minutes, but I need to give it just another 30 seconds to get it good and warm, and won't take very long for this to heat up. It'll completely melt an entire 12-ounce bag in 1 minute and 30 seconds. And this microwave is only a 700 watts, so it's a real low wattage. If you can adjust your wattage, you don't want to burn your chocolates. And as you saw when I first started, it was in one piece. And now it is just right for dipping. So now let's go get our cherries out of the kitchen, out of the refrigerator. I've got maraschino cherries that I've drained all the juice from, and I left it in the freezer for a while in order to get it nice and cold. But in order to dip it into the chocolate, you have to have it as dry as possible. So I'm going to take a couple layers of paper towels and set them down in this tray. And I drained these for a good 15-20 minutes in a colander. And as you see, there's still some juice in here. And I'm going to dry these off just like drying dishes or baby bottom before you put a clean diaper on it. Yes, I was thinking of baby's bottom. And you'll notice some of these have stems on them and some of them don't. The ones that have stems on them, make sure it's dry. See, it's still got a little juice in it. You dip it through the chocolate one way, turn it, and dip it through again. And then we're just going to set it on parchment paper. And I've put it on a tray because the tray is a little bit, if I have to move it around, the tray is easier to make it mobile. And dip it through and dip it through. You want your stem doesn't have to be covered, but you want all the rest of the cherry to be covered. And as you see, it comes out with a pretty nice cover on it. It's not Lucy and Ethel smooth, but it'll work. Now the ones that don't have stems on it, you can take a toothpick, and as you see, your fingers are going to get dirty, but wait till the end when you're all through with the chocolate before you go licking them off. Nobody wants your slobbers on the cherry.
Just added flavor.
Only if you've had peppermint candies. Then it adds the flavor. And see, when you do it like that, you can set it down and remove the toothpick and just keep on working with them. If you are an adult and you would like to put brandy in on top of your cherries and leave them sitting in the freezer for a few days, that's okay. If you're not an adult, don't do that. Be the wall between your child and alcohol. Kids don't need it.
Neither do some grown-ups.
Huh?
Neither do some grown-ups.
Well, I would do some for grown-ups, but Anne would pass out. So I left the brandied ones at home. This one is not going to stick. Maybe I can swirl it in.
There you go. Good job.
That's mine.
Okay. Now I'm going to show you what else you can do with the chocolate. I have some California raisins. I don't know if they come from anywhere else but California. If this is all you're going to do with your chocolate, you can mix it up in the bowl. But since I have more cherries to do, I'm going to just put a little bit of chocolate in one of these candy cups. Come on, chocolate. Get it on me. And see, I only put just a little bit down in there. And I'm going to put a few raisins in here. And then I have a teaspoon up here somewhere.
It's in your hot raisin.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Surprise. Guess I won't do that one. I was going to take the teaspoon and put like a little teaspoon into the chocolate. I think a teaspoon is going to work better. It's warm. It's getting cool. Already getting cool. And put some raisins. Oh, good. Thank you, Miss Sharon.
Sure.
Put a
We're
little
standing
more.
around here like vultures waiting for her.
Well, after you do the chocolate, it takes a little while before it's ready to be eaten because they're still kind of wet and warm. And so in the gold cups, I'll put just raisins. And in the little silver cups, I'm going to put some chocolate. A couple raisins. And these are lightly salted peanuts, and they're salted with sea salt and a little bit more chocolate in it. You know what this is like having? A chunky candy bar.
Oh, yeah.
I like chunky candy bars. Let me make one more. And then I'll show you the presentation. If you have leftover candy boxes from last year, you can use one of the boxes. Raisins. Yep. You get the candy out of them and save your boxes. That's a recycling tip. cross our fingers. It's dry. You can put a cherry, a raisin and peanut, or it has to completely dry before you put your top on it. I did this last year for a Christmas party. The men just loved it. The ladies were not too impressed, but the men thought it was wonderful. Remember, the cherries were cold when I first started. You can have your, well, let's see, we'll turn it this way. And get some of the garbage out of the way here. Oh, I forgot one. There you go. You can set it on the table just like that, and it can be just little hors d'oeuvre type things or pre-dinner.
You put also in the center of the plate.
In the center of a plate, yes.
For appetizer.
And then when you have the boxes of candy, your lid looks nice as a little decoration toward it. And that's our candy.
It's a lot nicer candy than what you can buy in the store.
That's true. You know what's in it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Today, I'm going to be making these neat little hand warmers. Whoops, fall from there. Neat little hand warmers for this wonderful weather that we're having, and it's so cold. These are a nice size because you can just take them when they're made. This is a completed one, and pop it in the microwave for 30 seconds and heat it up. It's got rice in it. These particular ones have a pain relieving oil on them for some of my lady friends that have problems with arthritis, as myself. And you can just hold it on your hands on those cold days and it feels good, or you can stick it in your pocket and keep your hands warm while you're out. So your materials that you're going to need are your felt, a needle and thread, and you want contrasting colors with the thread. And so I'm going to start with the pattern. A lot of you have file folders. To make a pattern, you just take a piece of a file folder that's on the fold and draw like half of a heart. You need two different sizes, as you see, the little heart and the big heart. And this is what my templates look like after I cut them out of a file folder. This is my little heart and this is my big heart. It's folded in half, so it makes it easier when you're cutting them out. You take your piece of felt that you have, whatever color you choose. I chose the medium pink, and you fold it in half. You can make two full hearts out of this, and then you have pieces left for all of your little hearts. You lay your template on the felt, take a marker pen, you can use black or red, and you just follow it right around your template. Now I've already drawn two on this, as you see. I'm only going to cut out one though. I prefer to use pinking shears, which are the serrated looking ones. When I'm cutting these out, it just adds a little flair to the project. You can, if you don't have pinking shears, you can use just regular scissors.
They look like Jaws teeth.
Yeah, these look like Jaws teeth. And you just take and cut it out.
Not Jaws teeth.
Jaws, shark's teeth, whatever. I find that these scissors on the felt work better if you just take little snips at a time, because it has a tendency to rip the felt because it doesn't move like normal material does. So we're going to go around that heart, and then you're probably wondering, well, you're going to see that line where the pattern was drawn. Well, what you do when you get done with that is just take both pieces and turn them inside out, and then you don't have that line to show. Okay, there is what you have once you've cut that out. I'm going to lay this to the side. You want to save all your pieces. These are pieces that I have from other projects, and that's what cuts out your little hearts. And first of all, I've already sewn this heart on, and what you're going to do is take a contrasting color of your little heart, and you're going to take one piece, which would be your front, and you're just going to lay that on there in any direction you want. I kind of like to turn it to the side just a little bit, and then you're going to take a contrasting color thread. On this one, if I was using the red heart, I would use white or pink thread and sew that on with just a slip stitch. I already have that sewed on this one, and this is what I'm going to show you how to put it together now. I've already got this one partway done. When you first start, you come up through the very point of the heart, and you bring your needle up through, and then you go back down through so that you hook the two together, but so that your tail is on the inside and you're not going to see the tail of the thread, and it won't pull out. Now you're just going to take small size stitches, as you see here, all the way around, and you can see with the contrasting color how it looks nice and it makes it look more like the heart. So I'm going to continue doing this around, and you come up through, and you don't want to take real big stitches, otherwise the rice will come through and it'll be falling out all over your pocket, and you don't want that to happen. So just take small stitches as you slip stitch this together, and it's just a straight stitch that you're doing by hand. You go down and up and down, and when you go around the corner, you kind of want to make sure that you follow the line around the corner so that it looks like a heart with your stitching, and it's not all bunched up or anything, or you have a flat top heart, which you don't want that. You want a rounded heart so that it looks nice when it's done. Now I'm going to continue here and get this, a few more stitches. We're going to keep on going. One thing we talk about a lot is recycling things and reusing things, and as you see here, I have my rice that I'm going to use. My husband and I drink a lot of cranberry juice. Well, this is the old cranberry juice container, and when it's empty, we just use it to store our rice in, and it keeps it nice and fresh, and don't have to worry about any little critters getting in it, and that's one of the recycling things.
You got to put rice in it somewhere.
You have to what? Yeah, I know. She was afraid I was going to stitch all the way around and I wasn't going to leave a place to put the rice. But I will show you here in a minute. You don't have to leave a very big hole. You need a little funnel about that size that rice can go through. You don't want it too big on the bottom, otherwise you're going to have to leave a really big hole in this, and it's harder stitching up once you have the rice inside. Now, as I said, these ones that I have made already on the front there are for some of my friends that have arthritis, and I have used this pain relieving oil on the rice, and you only have to use about a half a cup of rice with maybe 4 or 5 drops of the pain relieving oil on the rice, and you stir it up in the rice, and then it becomes it's stronger as it heats. Now I'm going to take, you leave a hole that's about the size that your finger fits in, and then you take your little funnel and you stick it right in that hole, okay? Then you take your bowl. Oh, she's got my spoon. Uh-oh, that's okay. I'm not going to make the pain relieving ones now. I'm going to pour some rice out in my bowl, and I'm going to make some lavender rice bags right now. And the lavender oil is just very relaxing, and it doesn't take a lot of the oil to get mixed in with that. I'm just going to use, seeing I don't have my spoon, I'm going to use the back end of my marker here, and I'm going to mix that oil in the rice real good, because you don't want your material to get wet, but that a little bit will soak into the rice, but the rice does not get sticky or anything when you're doing this, so that's really good that you can use the oils in that. My masseuse gave me that little hint. And then you take your rice and just put some in your funnel. Then you got to kind of hold it up and move up and down, and then as you're doing that, you're kind of packing the rice. See how it's filling out right there? You're going to pack the rice down in, then you put the funnel into the other side and do the same in that side. It's going to need a little bit more. It may only take about a little over 1/4 of a cup for one of these, but I always mix up a 1/2 cup at a time because I usually have 2 or 3 of them going. As you see, I have a whole stack of them here already cut out, ready to go, ready to sew, I should say. And if you have a sewing machine, you can always do this on the sewing machine, but I think it looks kind of neat hand stitched. It makes it look like it's more handmade than when you stitch it on the sewing machine. There, it's full of rice, and I have a few kernels that flopped out on the table here. And you just pull your thread tight, make sure you keep it tight, and you're going to pinch that closed and continue on around. That's that end of the rice of the heart, and you want to make sure they're not too big because you don't want that rice to fall out, but you want them big enough that you see your stitches. It's very important that you can see the contrasting color going around the pink, and that just adds a little flair to it. That way, if you use the same color thread, you're not going to see the thread at all, and it just makes it look nice, I think. Anyways, when you get to the end, you just go up through and down through on that bottom corner. Then what I do to finish it off is I separate the 2 pieces at the very tip and go right through the middle like this, okay? And then I pull it through. You hook your needle in that loop, and that makes it knot off. And I do that twice so that it makes sure that that doesn't break, because if it breaks, you're going to have a pocket full of rice. Let me finish this one more time. Put it through the loop and tighten it off. Okay, then you're going to take your scissors and just trim that off. And there, you want to move your rice around. There you go. You take this and you pop it in the microwave for 30 seconds. That's about all you have to do. And this lavender, oh, smells so wonderful. Smell that, how wonderful. And lavender is very calming and soothing, so that is really good. Now, like I said, don't throw away any of your felt. Even a piece as small as this, you take your little heart pattern template and put on there and draw it around, and you've got another little heart just like down here. You can make 2 full-size hearts out of each piece of your felt. I have the 3 different colors which are appropriate for Valentine's Day. And this just makes a nice little gift that warms the heart. You want to keep it? Do you need the pain relieving heart, dear? Okay, I'll let you pick which color you want. There's,
I like that one.
okay, there you go. And that way, it just makes a nice little gift if you want, if you're setting a table or anything like that at Thanksgiving, you can lay these by the place settings and
like turkeys.
and tell the people that they can take this home with them. And it doesn't take very much to make, and it's a gift from the heart. And these are all the ones I have to stitch for our crocheting group. So I've got to get busy. See y'all next time.
All right, I'm going to make first thing I'm going to make is a wall decoration for Valentine's Day. And you can use cork, or you can use these foam hearts that I like, and a charger. This is what they call chargers. At Christmas time, you put this on the table, and then you put your plate in it so they can move that out and put another plate on and move that out. That's during when if you got 8-course meals or something like that. And I have these. What, you have 8-course meals?
No.
1 course, that's all it needs.
1 course.
Anyway, and as long as it's got potatoes in it, I am happy. I got these at sort of like a little dollar store. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip these. And then I have some glue dots. I should have already started snipping them. But what I'm going to do, besides...
You can snip if you want to place your dots.
Okay, well, I was going to put the dots on the state roses, but if you want to, you can give them to me and I'll do it. Let me get one. Snip off your little rose. And like I said, these are 3 little necklaces for...
Hang on to your necklace, Kathy. She might snip it.
Yeah. That's why I'm using the red. And then I'm gonna take these little, oh, sorry.
Want just big roses or?
Yes, just the big ones.
Just the big ones.
And then they have these little dots. You can also get them at the convenient, you know, they call them, they used to call them 5 and dime, now they're called dollar stores. I ain't gonna say which ones, but you take a dot, glue dot, put your rose on the back of it, stick it on, and it's supposed to come off like so. And then you put your rose down on the plate.
How neat is that?
And you take another dot and another rose. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little rose in between the big roses.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So you got to cut some little roses.
There's a few here.
Okay.
Well, there's one, and then there's teeny tinies.
And I don't want any teeny tiny. I got
Here's
3 of
some
them.
more.
Yeah, we got plenty more over here on this thing. And like I said, I'm going to just go around.
That's a little.
Where's these dots?
She's got lots of helpers today.
Yes, I do, and I enjoy it. I get to do all the fun stuff while y'all do the hard stuff.
There you go.
And they're stuck. Yeah, I need to. But I'm
There's
waiting.
squares there.
No, those are for the court.
Oh.
This will go down with this. This will go down with these.
Uh-oh.
Let's see, one there.
Want me to hold it from the bottom?
Yep, there we go.
You can set it on the table.
Okay, see?
Place there.
Okay, and
Can you see that? Oh.
can you see what I'm doing? Can you see what I'm doing? Okay. One right there. And one right there. One there. That. And one there.
Well, that's not going to come off.
Nope.
That would be your center for the point.
Alrighty. Whoop.
She's going to stick that down.
Yeah, just like that. And you can, isn't that pretty? And you can put a little ribbon, drill a little hole up here, put a red ribbon or whatever kind of ribbon you want to, and hang it on your door for Valentine's Day. Now for the candy dish, I'm going to take these little things. I'm going to put a cupcake on it. And some hearts, of course. Let's see, I put the heart up here at the top. What, like that?
Yeah.
Okay. And strawberries down here. I love chocolate covered strawberries. Got another.
You can have your kids help you with this too.
Oh
or your
yeah, they would love
grandkids.
it. Yeah, they would
They
love
would
doing
love
that.
sticking stickers.
Let's see here.
And then it's their own creation.
I think I like
You can even
that.
write their names on it with a marker pen.
Yeah, when they did it. And you can always put them at 10, let's see, 12, 3, 6, and 9, the biggest ones. And then let them do what they want in between.
No, you let them do the whole thing.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You could also make a clock out of this. Put a clock in the middle.
Yeah, you could. You
And
could
then
make
you
a
have-
clock out of that.
Yeah.
If the clock works and just drill a hole. That's it.
Or if you have a clock that the case comes apart.
Use that.
I've dropped one once. It was a lucite clock, that old-fashioned type plastic. And the lucite on it just broke in all kinds of pieces.
That ain't gonna work.
Get the big one with the lollipop thing right here.
Right there.
Fill that
Yeah.
in.
Okay.
Make a long one. It'll fill that hole.
Alrighty. All right, 3.
Perfect.
Uh-oh, we ain't got 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, we didn't work to 11. I have one small one right there.
Yeah, it's
Oh, well.
fine.
Anyway, and we put a whole bunch of candy on it.
Here.
We're gonna put more candy than that on it in a minute. And your decorations.
Don't need decorations. Look, off the foam.
There we
Yeah,
go.
the little foamies. And there's your candy dish out of the same kind of thing. Or you can also put another heart in the middle of it and make it into and put some candy things on it.
Yeah, that looks good. I like it just
I
like that.
do too. And there's your Valentine's Day candy plate.
All right. Well,
Thank you for being with us today. And as you can see, it turns out to be a lovely arrangement. Yeah, Valentine's Day arrangement.
we got the candy dishes, we've got
The wall
hand
decoration.
warmers, the wall decoration, and the homemade candy.
And I don't know whether, I'm going to start off, and then Kathy, you can go. No, you go next after me.
Okay.
Because I got a few things I wanted to show you. I don't know if y'all remember, some of our past viewers, would probably saw us make these. Kathy, remember?
Maybe.
And this is another charger that you can use, and you can use those little stickies. After you paint a picture on it, you can do the little stickies on it. But these things can be done anyway, so try and find you some nice chargers.
After holidays.
Yeah, especially after holidays. They might get mad at us for saying that, but they go down real cheap. And they're just plastic. And another thing I wanted to do is, don't forget to put out little holiday tins. They're Valentine's, you're always getting these things for candy in them or something else. Sit them out. And this one I love it because it's a nice little lacy one. And what I was going to do with that cork is you put a piece of thumbtack right, well, maybe about down, yeah, push pin, yeah, and just hang it on it.
Maybe.
You might need two of them
Yeah, I think I do.
since it's a heart-shaped.
Let's bring this little puppy up here.
There they are.
There it is.
Oh, yep, that's the thing.
Take two little push pins.
Yeah,
instead
take
of one.
2 push pins. And sit them on there. And then you can hang this, and make sure it's in the center. Hang this on the plate. Isn't that cute?
That makes a cute little different way to display your tins.
Yep. And if you want to, you can also glue them on. But these are,
So you could take this and stick on there and use it like a little shelf to put stuff in.
yeah, that'll work. Yes, that'd be pretty.
Yep.
So you can also do that with wood. But that's my recycle tip right now.
Okay, you remember some of the viewers at Christmas time, Kathy made this candle that had the poinsettias down in the bottom, and it just has a skinny little candle going up. Well, we're going to take this apart and recycle it. For this holiday, we're going to take the poinsettias and lay out there. We're going to set this candle back in. And then we got a couple bags of these little sweetheart candies that say cutie pie and be mine and different things.
Conversation heart.
Conversation hearts. And we're going to hold our finger over so they don't fall into the candle and all over the table. See? Too big for a funnel, so you just got to be kind of klutzy and pour them in there, and, like I am, and get everybody involved to pick up the ones that you drop. And put that around the candle all the way around the outside. And I
And
don't...
if you're really smart, you put them so all the conversations on the outside.
Oh, good luck.
Or your
If you're really have to take tweezers and just kind of jiggle them around to even it out. And you can see some, that have the writing on and others that don't. And then if you have a little decorative plate or something that you can set it on in the middle of the table, you can just set it on and voila, you have another. Now, I'm not as OCD as some people. Now, this is really crooked on the one side, but it's
No,
still
she ain't
fine.
OCD.
But then you have another candle for the holidays. That was a great idea. It only took one bag, so you have an extra bag to eat.
Just what I need, more candy.
And Kathy has something to show you that's kind of neat.
And she made the wreath while we were sitting here this
I
afternoon.
made a little wreath. Went to our favorite little store, and he's not going to sit up now. There
you go.
Got a wire frame, wrapped a little garland around it.
Valentine's Day garland.
Valentine's. It's got hearts all over the place. tied a teddy bear by his neck onto the wreath,
Yep.
made a bow.
I have another reuse or repurpose, as we put it, for things. As you've seen before when I was making the hand warmers, a great container for rice, beans, or anything. You can use your juice bottles. Save them, you can write on them with marker the date that you emptied the product into it, so you have dates of use on it. My husband likes the little mints that come in the round packages.
containers.
And I just peeled the little mint label off the top of it, and it opens wide up, and this is where I keep pins and needles and different things like that that you don't want to escape. And that makes a really neat little container. And then what I had over here, this is just what your meat comes in, chicken, beef, or whatever. You can see, we didn't get hungry and eat it. It just happened to break out a little piece. But this is great for putting all of your supplies in when you're doing a craft and you have everything all together. And that's my recycling and reuse.
And Kathy has another one.
Well, Sharon used her candy dish for pins. I have a vitamin bottle that has a lift top, but the vitamin label doesn't come off as easily, and it leaves all this sticky goo, and every time I touch it, I get my fingers stuck to it.
Good off.
But I like this lid that flips up. So, one of my medicine bottles, it has those push child-proof or grandma-proof lids.
You have to give them to a kid to get them open.
Yeah.
Yes. And my straight pins, the boxes will break open. Those little tabs that they have on there doesn't stay very long. So you can take your straight pins.
And very carefully.
Do not drop them on the floor, because your husband will say, I couldn't get that stuck in my foot. As long as grandkids don't care. He can stick them in his foot. No. And you put on your flip lid, open it up, and your pins will come out through the top.
And I have something also that we do with
Flip lid, or
medicine bottles. I have this spice rack that turns, and if you notice, there's a lot of these little medicine bottles, and I have my paper clip, my push pins in one row, my straight pins and T-pins in one row, my hair clips in one row, and my paper clips and Q-tips and toothpicks and rubber bands in one box. So that's my tip for your medicine bottles, but only certain kinds of medicine bottles will work. See, and won't go in.
That one is from this year, and I think they've just changed the size of bottles, so.
I hope not, because I got to get one more.
You need old bottles.
I need old bottles, but I got plenty of old bottles. I just got to
like
find them.
those whip topping tubs, how they used to have the real rounded bottoms.
Now they got
Those
this.
had more rounded bottoms. This is more of a straight.
So save everything, because you never know when you can use it.
That's right.
Save everything till you run out of room.
Yeah, that's true. You don't want to be a pack rat. Or we'll be on those TV shows, the hoarders.
I don't have hoard. I am not a hoarder. I am a collector of clutter.
Yes. I don't do clutter.
And guess what? I could put a piece of thing on top and stick my pins in it, or make a pin cushion on top.
See, you just
Yeah, that was just then.
repurpose something else. That's right.
But don't forget that the more we throw away, the more we're using up a lot of the Earth's great potentials. So please remember to
Reduce.
Reuse.
recycle. We'll all appreciate it. The world will appreciate it even better. Bye for now.
See you next month.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Where's that candy?
Love all of y'all.
Where's that candy at?
Right there. Will's eyes got big.